It's spinning. Oh, there it goes.
Live! Hi, guys. Thanks for being here today. I feel sweaty. This is a really warm day in Raleigh.
It's
Don't you
nice
think?
and toasty.
It is nice, but my air conditioning, because at this beginning of any season, your air conditioning might need somebody to come out and take a look at it.
You know what you're supposed to do?
What?
This is easy 101. You don't need to have the person come out.
No.
You just spray your AC unit with water. That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
And it'll be cool because it's not working right now.
I
So I just need to spray it with water.
I don't know why I haven't told you this sooner. I've known about this problem for a couple weeks now.
Ben's my handy friend. So thank you, Ben.
Just spray it with water.
Welcome in. Cocktails in chat. Oh, you got your notifications on, so you're not me. Now look at Steven. This is a pro tip. Steven does this. You can do this too, where you turn on your notifications so you're able to be here right from the jump. Because before we start recording the podcast, we talk directly to you and we answer all of your queries. Any thoughts that you have?
Any ponderums, any frontal cortexulums?
Yeah.
Any of those? Anything you got?
Ben is doing the cooking tonight.
How am I
You
doing?
said you wanted to.
I did, and I don't think I'm a bad cook. I'm definitely a messy cook.
Oh.
I'm definitely I need a recipe. I'm not gonna go freestyle on a piece of meat or whatever the main.
You're not
is.
going to go freestyle on a piece of meat.
And I'll never go freestyle.
You
I'm
did
going
it enough as a
textbook.
teenager.
That's right, exactly. I've learned you gotta follow the rules.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So Steven wants to know what drink we're drinking.
Yeah. The drink is what I'm calling a mixed berry margarita because I bought a bunch of fruit. I had company this weekend, so I bought an actual pineapple and then a bunch of other fruit, fresh strawberries and blueberries, and then I made a fruit salad. And this is the last day of viability for the fruit salad.
Well, it's holding up.
It became these delicious drinks.
What do we call this?
Right?
What is
this
called?
is a mixed berry margarita.
Cheers.
Thanks. Actually, it's more because it's got pineapple in it too. So
it is
I don't know
quite
what you wanna
delicious.
call
I
it.
feel
Fruit
like
salad in a
I'm
glass.
at Bahama Mama. No, that's the name of a drink. I feel like I'm at what's the name of the restaurant?
Bahama Breeze? Are you
Bahama
going for
Breeze,
the chain
yes,
restaurant?
Thank you.
Yeah. So we have this, and it is because it's the whole fruit in the blender with ice cubes and tequila and orange liqueur, which you love so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, triple sec. You love it.
I take shots of triple sec.
But you call it clear orange.
Clear, yes, that, and then it goes good in any drink. It doesn't matter.
It really does go in a lot of
drinks.
drinks.
It can mix well with everything.
So
Any
that's
base.
what's in there. Clear orange, tequila, and you guys. And before we get rolling, do you have a beverage? Do you have a refreshment? Even if it's a virgin.
Yes, whatever it is. It could be a sweet tea. It could be whatever, because it is a Wednesday, and we're unemployed for the most part, and most people listening, watching are full-time jobs.
Yes.
You know, they
And
are that.
I will say that because I had people in town this weekend, and we'll probably get into it. We went to the Stevie Nicks concert. Ben did too.
Holy snarky.
Yeah, right? And so with company in town, that was Friday, and then entertaining the company and enjoying. And then I just rolled into a road trip for the last few days. So
Hey.
I have just been eating and drinking nonstop.
Whatever.
I know, but I feel there's a little bloat.
Oh, you feel the after effects. You're
Yeah.
here and you got the full hangover of just
This would
eating,
be the
drinking.
night to detox and go to bed early, but cocktails and chat.
Can't.
I
you
mean,
can't
you
miss
know,
it.
you have an expectation.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure. What do I have a seed?
You got to see
Oh,
right in
man.
the right. I gotta point it out. I'm
I
sorry.
got it. It's a whole berry drink, so you got the seeds in there. So I don't know. I was kind of thinking that maybe this was helping because it really is a smoothie. So it's got all of those antioxidants and the fiber because it's whole fruit into this beverage.
This is healthy.
Yeah.
This is a diet. If you're looking to like cut back on, whatever you're over
Your vice.
doing, your vice,
Mhm.
this is a good way to get out of that because this
Yeah.
is very healthy. I feel like I'm drinking something healthy.
Is it a good way to get into something? Is it a good time? Do you think we should?
Yes.
It's the Hello Danny Show podcast featuring Danny Myers, Ben Harris, and friends.
Oh my goodness! It is our time to get together once a week, have cocktails, some food, and chat. The only podcast I know of where they actually make and eat food during the podcast.
One
man.
of a kind. One of a kind.
We got a lane.
We found it. And this is our lane. And people always ask me when I say, they ask, what are you doing nowadays that you're not in radio anymore? I say, we're doing a podcast. And they're like, oh, what do you talk about? I'm like, well, we cook.
We tell stories.
We tell stories. We drink. And we eat food.
There's a lot of reminiscing. You know,
Yes.
there's a lot of going back in time, which is super fun.
It's a lot of fun.
A lot of that. Then sometimes because we get into these conversations over drinks, sometimes it can get a little deep, and we have some witch work where it's good witch work, but it's about manifestation and positive thinking and health, manifesting health in your brain and your body. We do that here. But then there's hot topics and hot takes because we don't want you to be bored. We mix it all together like today's cocktail, which is you know what? Because I was calling it a mixed berry margarita, but there's pineapple in it. What happened over the weekend is I had company in, and so you don't have to continue holding it like that.
I'm going to only hold it like this.
Ben is
while I drink
holding
it.
the base of the margarita glass like a chalice.
Yes.
Is what you're doing.
I feel very
Like a Game of Thrones
important.
royal.
And then you got to open your mouth as wide as you possibly can
Yeah.
before you drink it. And it goes like this, and you're going to have to see the video.
If you spill that, I will be livid. Yeah, he is really...
Over the head. Yeah.
So we have these margaritas, which is with all this delicious fresh fruit. It was cut up by me over the weekend for company, but then by Wednesday, the strawberries in particular, a little mushy.
They're probably starting to feel a
A
little
little mushy. They're
little
overly
mush.
ripe, so you don't want to I don't know, there's something about eating fruit that's perfectly fine in a smoothie, but trying to eat a banana or a strawberry that's gone too far, not so good.
It might taste okay, but when the texture, when you feel that mush, it's like...
But the mush has become a margarita with tequila, a little clear orange, a little Cointreau is the orange liqueur. We got
so
fancy.
Good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's very good. This is my favorite beverage we've had.
Espolón tequila is the house tequila at my house, which is one of the cheapest tequilas, but delicious.
It is
right?
the best mid-shelf tequila you can get.
Absolutely.
100%.
So many choices now. Every celebrity has, there's not we should be the celebrities attached to Espolón.
Espolón, if you're listening, you want a partner?
You don't know how many people I've gotten into Espolón.
We love
We
Espolón.
could be Espolón influencers.
Espolon's floors. And Espolon's floors. So anyway.
Espolon-influencers?
Oh.
Espolón-influencers?
Espolon influencers.
So HelloDannyShow.com is the website. On there, you can send us shout-outs. You can send us recordings, and then we can use that. We also have a phone number where you can send text, voicemails, and if you happen to catch us when we're recording live, if we're here talking and recording this live, 919-295-0388. 919-295. I'm typing it into my keyboard. 919-295-0388.
Where does this go? Who gets these?
It comes right to us.
Oh, it does?
The phone will ring as we are chatting.
Oh, you put it. You put
did
it right in the comments.
I did. Well, if you're if you're listening on the podcast, what he said makes no sense.
Which everybody's listening. Whatever. If we're on all the social media at Hello Danny Show.
If you are watching on Facebook Live as we're recording the podcast, Ben creates a lot of editing for me afterwards.
Yes.
And last week was whoa.
I
it was
listened to
20 minutes of edit.
I was like, where are the hey bitches at?
They're gone. They're gone. But
He's
yes,
censoring me.
we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Again, you can call us. You can DM us. All the socials. We're at Hello Danny Show. Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, HelloDannyShow.com, and Pamela. All right? We need to address this right up top because the thing that got the most reaction last week during Cocktails and Chat, the podcast where we make and eat food, was the fact that I don't lock my door to my house intentionally because I believe that sends a message to the universe that I'm trusting.
No.
And so it creates a layer of protection around my house. A blue light of protection that you can't see surrounds my house so that nobody will enter it just by me not locking the door.
No. But you know who else doesn't see that blue light? Criminals. And they say, okay, well, the door's
so
open.
So far, it's working for me, Ben. And Pamela has changed her behavior.
Oh, what are you doing?
As a result of the podcast. She writes, believe it or not, Danny's changed my way of thinking. I'm guessing this is why my dad never locked his doors.
No.
You're not.
No.
You're
Pamela,
not on board?
Please.
You're not
please.
changing your way of thinking?
No.
Now that it's me and Pamela?
Not at all. I don't think this is something you should be influencing. You shouldn't be influencing others to unlock their doors while they're gone. Leave them unlocked. because that's what I feel like is going to happen. Pamela's going to be like, oh, it happened to my dad. I'm going to start not locking my doors.
Right.
And then you're going to be held liable when she's wrong.
I know. We're going to be fine. Look at how everything's fine.
It's fine.
Everything is
now,
fine.
Until it's not.
Believe.
Lock the doors.
Kathy Lopez. What a great name for somebody that's having a cocktail with us during this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
She wrote in that the last time we were doing the podcast, this is her recipe. Her cocktail was a Fresca or a pink kinky, which is vodka and Fresca.
What?
Fresca. Have you not had Fresca?
Fresca.
I actually have it in my pantry. We could do that as cocktail part 2.
What is?
Do you know
what
Fresca?
I don't know Fresca.
Fresca is a diet grapefruit soda.
Oh.
It is an old-timey soda, but it's great with booze, particularly vodka or gin.
Well, it sounds
very
healthy.
good.
It sounds healthy, and if we're going to keep up the
And
trend,
that's 0 calories
that's perfect.
because it's a diet soda.
Yeah, and you're trying to, go back into healthy eating. We got our first start with a fruit,
And it's got a fun name, the Pink Kinky.
the pink kinky. Is it a pink kinky? That is a type of liquor, right? There's a kinky.
I mean, maybe
something.
that's the brand of vodka she's using, maybe.
Okay.
Cheryl Wagner, because we make little recommendations. Ben and I are both into the show Beef right now. She is now recommending, because everybody's streaming on their own schedule, The White Lotus. The White Lotus, which is, 8 months ago the season dropped? It's a while ago.
Yes.
But, oh my God. Were you not a White Lotus watcher?
I watched both seasons because
you didn't love it?
You and Megan from our previous job, you recommended it so hard. You guys were like, "Oh, you gotta watch White Lotus. You have to see it. It's the best show in ever." And I was like, "Okay, I will do it." And I watched it all, and I was like, "This is a solid okay."
Do you know you do that with all recommendations people give you?
That's not true.
You absolutely do. You never, if you get a recommendation, you never say, "Oh my God, you were so right." You have to come back with some criticism of their recommendation.
What you want me to just go with the flow and say, "Okay, I loved it," even if I don't?
I don't know why you have to be a contrarian. A contrarian.
Whoa.
What?
Easy.
That's a word.
You wouldn't let me say bitches, and now you're saying that word.
Contrarian is a real word.
Well, you are very
Then we have Haley Suzanne, who saw. Now, this is the thing. Like, you remember us maybe from G105 and me from K92 or Moving 107.7. Maybe. But now, because we don't work in radio, you can see us randomly, like Ben, at his part-time job as a beer tender at Oak City Brewing.
That's right.
Haley saw you. I saw Ben at Oak City on Sunday. Never thought in a blue moon I'd ever run into you.
On Sunday?
Sunday.
I wasn't even beer tending. I was drinking beer. I was a customer there.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, no, that I played it out like, you were serving Haley, but really you're just a cool celebrity, right? Like I totally made the jump that you were in he's got a little around his waist apron there. It's not even like a full apron. It's just like a little around the waist.
A little front, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you wear shorts, so it's a little skirt that you got going on there.
Yeah.
But no, so did you hang out with Haley?
I don't even know. I know.
No.
I don't
Okay, so
remember
that makes
seeing
this
anybody.
so amazing. And definitely if you've had one of those occurrences where you didn't say hi to us, let us know.
Yeah. Because what were we doing? Because once you say hi, I'm trying to be cool, man. I'm like,
Because now you got to do an inventory of things you were saying that could have been overheard.
yeah, I don't know.
Were you saying bad things about me?
Not about you.
Are
no,
you sure?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Don't even, dude.
I know you probably wouldn't, but you have a couple drinks on a Sunday.
I never would do that.
But you might have said things just chatting that other people heard
I don't know.
and took out of context.
I hope not.
Maybe.
I hope not.
You probably didn't. You're a good guy that
I
way.
am a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember, we talked at length about how you kind of are not a great friend because you refuse to go down the rabbit hole when your friends are bad-mouthing something or someone.
I try not to.
You try to see the other side
Yeah.
of those situations. So you probably were wonderful, little angel
I
that
can't
you are.
remember, dude. Now you got me thinking, like, what the fuck was I talking about?
Yeah. So we really appreciate hearing from you. And we will absolutely respond to you. So let us know. Don't you think you have to take control of your own health, Ben?
You have to.
Absolutely. You are your own best advocate as it pertains to your own health.
Yeah.
And if you don't stand up for yourself, research. Problem is Dr. Google. Problem is
you can't do it.
There's so much information on the internet. If you try to play doctor, it can lead you into bad places.
Yeah, you're gonna. It always goes to you're gonna die in a couple of days for sure.
So what I'm about to share with you, listener friend, I am not endorsing, but I took control of my own health. And this was during the last month when, we were let go from our jobs. and I didn't have health insurance.
Oh, scary.
And
dude.
right?
It's a freaking scary thing to not be insured.
And during that time, you do like a head to toe, and you're like, I really just have to be in bubble wrap. I can't take any chances. I feel relatively good for the next 30 days until the next thing kicks in.
Right.
And during that time, and so many people are, and I think it's really wonderful that you take care of your mental health. And if you need medication, you take medication.
Sure.
So I was on an antidepressant, anti-anxiety called Cymbalta. Cymbalta, lovely. Oh, what a wonderful thing it did for me. Except the weight gain. Oh, there it is. We gotta get. Go check the thing.
Okay.
Go check, because we are the podcast that makes and eats food, and so Ben has to check our cauliflower. In fact, just take it out. I don't care what it looks like. Fred, just take it out. Yeah, just take it out. You gonna take it out? Okay, he's taking it out right now. So you take these medicines, and they are for a purpose, but then they have side effects. And the side effect of many antidepressants, and certainly for me, Lexapro and also Cymbalta, the weight gain. I mean, it's like you don't have to do anything different. You don't have to eat different. You don't have to drink different. Nothing is different. It just bloop, like the weight just comes on. And I've done this before where I've gained the weight, and then I'm like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna get off, and then the weight comes. And so, being unemployed, I'm taking control, and I am weaning myself off of Cymbalta.
Yeah.
Which, according to the internet, is the hardest medicine to take yourself off of. The withdrawals are really bad.
What is included in the withdrawals?
It can be anything from brain zaps to sweats to, I mean, it's probably 30 different awful things.
What is a brain zap?
Like when you are on these things, because it affects your brain chemistry. So if you take it out, then your brain actually, like, it's like you're getting electroshock to your brain. It's scary. Scary. I've never had that, and I didn't have this time with the thing. But what I did get was all over itching. My entire body, head to toe, itches.
Oh, I'd rather have brain zaps,
right?
dude. I hate being itchy.
I know, and it has been that way for 3 weeks. And I looked online; it's up to 6 weeks with this.
How long has it been going on for? You said
it's like 3 weeks now. And today, I feel like it may be the first day of the rest of my life. The first day, because I'm not itching today. And I hope it's not just a fluke. And then tonight when I try to go to bed, it's all over itching. But yeah, that's what I did. Ugh. And I don't recommend that, because you really should have a doctor kind of help you out and figure out. But since, no health insurance, you got to roll the dice.
You got to do
what
you got to do. Dude, talking about like not having health insurance, because I've been insured for as long as I've been alive, I guess. Mm-hmm. And this is my first like firing. It's like you feel like a bump on your arm. You're
right.
Like, well, I'm dead. This is it. I can't afford to go to the doctor, so this is probably a tumor or something.
And I envision, as I'm going through life, what if here I lose my footing and I fall down and I break a bone, and because if you have to go to the emergency room, or that, so many people know this.
Yeah,
it's like tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah. You're
screwed. You are screwed.
You're screwed. You got to sell your house. You got to sell your car. You got to sell your body. I don't know. That's what.
Or just do bankruptcy. Just do personal bankruptcy.
We've talked about bankruptcy. I feel like on this podcast before.
Am I manifesting bankruptcy?
Please don't. Please, because I feel like we're like, oh God, we're one decision into bankruptcy, and so we're just like, okay, be cool. Nobody gets sick. Nobody has to go to the hospital.
Well, now I'm insured. Are you not insured yet?
How'd you get insured?
Well, I did as soon as I got fired. I got on the marketplace. I have Obamacare now.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't have Obamacare?
I don't have it either.
We gotta do it.
Well, my wife
during the dinner break. Are you on her insurance?
We're gonna, because she started a new job recently, so she has to wait like 90 days before she can.
90.
I know it's a lot.
90. So you got to do Obamacare in the meantime.
Okay, all right. I'm scared. That's a nerve wracking, dude.
Yeah, it sucks. But now I'm, could I give you my insurance card?
Do we have to become domesticated at that point? I don't.
Can we enter into fraud just to try to not?
Sure.
I don't know.
Let's try it.
I don't know. What's up with you, friend? What's going on this week?
I have to say an apology, which I feel like this is a regular thing on this show.
You come in every week with something.
I'm sorry. On the last episode, we were talking about Mother's Day, and something came up to where I said Carson was a one-night stand baby.
Right.
I've learned from my mother-in-law that is not true.
Right.
And that they were dating for months before they did that. And so
where did you get that?
Because that's a really great question.
That is a really great question. Because even when Ben said that, because they ended up getting married,
yes.
Your wife's parents ended up getting married.
Yes.
I'm like, she could have been a one-night stand. Your one-night stand means the person is out of your life forever. So by definition of the reality, what you said was untrue and probably hurtful.
And it was. And so I'm here to say, sorry. I just thought.
Where did you get that?
I don't know if I made it up. I don't know if I took something out of context, because I thought they hooked up one night in college, and then she found out later on she was pregnant, and then they had to get married, and then that was that. I don't know.
But that's not the case.
That's not the case. I don't know where I got that information.
It doesn't really make sense with the fact that they ended up getting married.
I know.
It just doesn't.
I thought a one night stand was you hook up one time and then baby. That's what I thought a one night. Not that the other partner is gone from the picture for good.
Can I help you for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
It's actually very easy.
Yes.
A one-night stand is a rando once and then out of your life.
I thought
one night stand.
I thought one night, but in terms
not
of baby,
not even a friend that you hook up with. That's not a one-night stand. A one-night stand is one time and then out of your life.
I thought one night stand means one time at making love, baby comes later on, and then you get married.
You realize explaining what you thought is not making the apology better.
Oh, you're right. I'm just going to stop now. I'm sorry for making
The
fake
hurt that
news.
you caused.
The hurt that I've caused.
Did it create hurt, you think?
Well, my wife first said, hey, you need to text my mom and say, like, you misunderstood this.
Yeah.
And then I messaged her and said something else. And then she was like, hey, by the way, this didn't happen.
And the interesting thing, listener friends, is immediately, because this is what I do for you. You know I've done this for you.
You look out for me,
on
bro.
and off the radio. When Ben says stuff that in the moment I know, okay, we need to backpedal this. I'm really good at backpedaling it. You just don't always take the help.
You just want to take the reins and apologize for me?
No, you did good.
I did good. Okay.
I think you did good enough. So that is the yes, and done and dusted
and done.
And are you ready?
What?
You want this week's what?
I love the what of the week.
What? Because we've done what are you watching? What are you eating that you're excited about? Try this one on.
Okay.
What?
Have you done out of the ordinary in the past week?
Okay.
If anything, you can think on it.
I think on it. I think you have to take.
I will start.
Well, I think.
Yeah, while you think.
Go ahead.
This week, I actually started traveling because we got let go, and I've been kind of cocooned in the house for the most part. So I had a little road trip. It was out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
It was really out of the ordinary. So it was a road trip back to K92, the top 40 station in Roanoke, Lynchburg, Blacksburg, Radford.
Getting back on that saddle, baby.
And going back to the radio station to hang with the morning show that's in place. That is an incredible morning show. It was really nice that they let me come back and just play radio with them like old times. And it's been fun. It's been really good. And if you do want to kind of check out that, I'm going to do tomorrow and Friday with them as well. So it was a nice road trip.
I feel like because you are so radio and you've been out of it for
a month. It was like 5 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on?
When you went back into a radio studio, was it like...
It was, yeah, it was. And the cool thing, I actually realized the luxury that Ben has had all the time we've worked together, because I got to be co-host. Normally I would be the host.
The lead.
And so I would have to run the controls and kind of pay attention to stuff. I realized when you're the co-host, you just hang out.
It's a cool
Oh my God. Oh my God. There were so many times when I was like, I don't really even need to prep. I just need to come in here and hang out. This is great.
Isn't it a great feeling?
It's so good.
God, you had so much responsibility.
So
as the
much to
host.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the other side, it's really great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, it was nice because I kind of got to do the show from Ben's side of the show. So that was really fun. I mean, there's still a couple more this week.
Yeah.
But getting to hang out with really good friends. And one of them, I sent the link to pop in right now. And so far she's ghosting us.
Oh, no. Oh, they were going to come in here?
Yeah, one of them was.
Oh.
Monica from the show on K92 was going to pop in. And well, there was no firm commitment.
Okay.
No firm commitment. But it was one of those kind of loose things. I'll send you the link while we're recording the podcast, and please come on in. So getting to hang with them, going back to Roanoke where I lived for over 10 years, so I had so many friends and stuff like that. I'm exhausted right now because I did not stop I was there Sunday until midday today, till 1 o'clock this afternoon. I got home here in Raleigh, and it was non-stop. There were so many people to see, and I didn't say no to any of them. I just booked windows of time and went from 5 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock at night.
That's not
the last
okay.
4
You
days.
can't do that.
I know. But I've been
Buddy.
doing it.
No.
No?
Yeah, I feel like it's showing a little bit. Like
Yeah, I know.
You're ready
I
for
know.
a sleepy bye.
Oh, you're so
buddy.
right. You're so right. And that's one of the things with the unemployment is the fact that I've had this kind of healthy routine.
Yeah.
Where with exercise and eating a little better and working, actually, networking and getting ready for a job, because as Ben knows, eventually this is a nice thing for now, but eventually it'll go away.
Last forever.
It's gonna go
Last
away.
forever. Is what you're saying.
So that was my last week. How's your last week, Ben?
It's been really good. And now you can hit the what? Because I remember now what.
What?
Have I done that's out of the ordinary?
Yes.
We all went to see the great and powerful Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks in concert.
Holy
legendary, right?
shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's because if you don't know Stevie Nicks, then we need to sing you just a little bit of a Stevie Nicks song. Are you ready?
yes.
All right. 3,
Oh.
2, 1. Count them in. 3,
3,
2, 1. Just
Just
like
like
the
a
white
white
wind
wind
does,
does,
sing the songs that like she's singing.
Woo,
Whoo, baby, whoo,
baby,
whoo. You sounded like you were starting a different song, so maybe we need to try another
I
one.
was going for that.
Were you
song.
really?
I was, and
Wow.
I just messed it up. That song's been in my head for the past week. I had so much fun.
It was one of the best shows I've seen.
She knocked it out. She
Yeah.
still got it.
This week, a lot of people are making a big deal about Martha Stewart, 81, looking so good, Sports Illustrated, right?
Yes.
Did you see it?
We need to talk about that.
Yeah. So people need to make an equally big deal over Stevie Nicks, who is 74, and in the early 80s actually snorted her nose off. She did.
Good for her.
She did enough cocaine, and she has told this story. This comes from Stevie Nicks. This is not tabloid. But she lived such the rock star life that she snorted her nose flat. Like her nose was flat. Like all the cartilage was like just the cocaine melted it away.
Because of all the cocaine?
Yes,
It went
and they
away?
had to rebuild a new nose.
Wow.
That-
That's some professional work right there. That's
So-
some professional
And
cocaine
you
work.
do. You've got a lot of rock stars that live life like a rock star,
For
and
sure.
they obviously you can't live like that forever, and they die, or certainly by 74, your skills are gone. Your singing is gone.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's singing voice was gone at like 40.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's like Stevie Nicks is 74, and how great is she?
She,
After spending 20
killed
years
it.
snorting her nose off.
I mean, I didn't know a lot about her before that show. I still don't know a lot about her, but like, I know that my wife loved her and we listened to a lot of her records. And when she came on,
And by the way, if you are new to us, and I had to explain that to people that, are my age, they're like, oh, Stevie Nicks. I'm like, no, Ben's wife is 28. And, there are a lot of people that are really into the music of the 70s and, the 80s too, but especially the 70s, like the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac, and Stevie Nicks was in Fleetwood Mac. So, yeah.
I mean, I looked around me. There was like so many people that looked under 25.
Yes,
that were there.
absolutely.
And they
absolutely.
were just loving every minute of it. I mean, she could put out a new record tomorrow. And
Well, because you don't know her music really
No, I
well,
don't.
but she did like 3 new songs, and they were all good.
yeah, they were bangers.
She opened with a new song.
Oh, what's
I mean,
that?
that's balls. Takes a lot of courage when you've got. I mean, it was a sellout too at the PNC
Yeah,
Arena,
it
which
was.
was like 25 maybe,
Yes.
25,000.
That sounds right.
Well, you could go to hockey games,
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say
25,000. I think
25,000.
it's
I have no
it's
idea.
a big venue.
Yeah.
My estimate was 25,000, and it was a complete sellout. And she opens with a new song,
Yeah, we're like, who's this?
right? I mean,
Look-
she hasn't had a new song on the radio as a hit since the 80s. But she's like, nah, I believe in it. And it was great.
It was so much
It was
fun.
really good.
Oh my god. Hey,
Yeah.
I gotta mention one of these things. Do you know how at these like indoor arenas
Mhm.
where people who are like trying to contact their friend across the arena, they'll flash their flashlight, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
I did that to my friends who we were with. We had different seats in different sections. And I was like, they were like, yo, wave your flashlight. I want to know where you're sitting. And I was like, okay. And then I did it.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, everybody started doing it. And we started like a slow.
You started a wave of cell phone
Like
lights.
if it were lighters, we would have started the lighter like
Oh, that's
wave back.
cool.
It was very, very funny
Yeah.
because we were just like waving it very aggressively, and then everybody started like doing it back.
that
and
was
forth
I think
and
that
back.
and if you are a live music person, then you are aware of the different crowds and the
Yeah.
crowd energy. And the crowd energy, the vibe was so good.
Oh my God.
at that
Everybody
show.
was, pretty much everybody, at least in my section, was on their feet the entire time.
Wasn't that strange?
I loved it.
That struck me because you go to concerts, and especially if they are like a classic rock or,
Yeah.
like an older generation musician, mostly seated.
Yeah.
Maybe toward the end, people get out of their seats. And especially not, I mean, you were in the cheap seats, if I may be so frank. You were.
Yeah, we were.
You were in the cheapest seats.
We were at the top of the
cheapest.
arena. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's the 300 level if you know anything about PNC.
It's the top of the res. It's top.
But
Yes.
that's like the further the seats away, the less likely anybody's going to get out of their seat.
Oh, for sure.
And they were on their feet from the beginning.
Pretty much.
In
Pretty
my
much.
section, same thing. And I was shocked because, again, new song, unfamiliar song. That's a sit down or go to the bathroom.
Right.
So, but that was one of the things that struck me was people on their feet for Stevie Nicks from the beginning to the end of that show.
If you are listening from out of state and there's a show coming up for Stevie Nicks, go to it because you will not regret it. It's so good.
Because she's doing this co-headlining tour with Billy Joel. I kind of want to go and see that.
Yeah, I know.
Though, I'm particular because I was talking to my friends. They're like, well, they're kind of bitching about it. They're like, oh, why isn't Billy Joel at this? Well, Stevie Nicks. Why didn't she get Billy Joel tickets? Well, we got 3 hours of Stevie Nicks, and I guarantee Stevie Nicks, Billy Joel, you get like an hour and 15 of Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I got 3 hours of Stevie Nicks.
I just got to say, as a person who I like music, as a person who's not like really into Stevie Nicks, I loved it.
Loved it.
So good.
And if you go to great live music, and I've had this luck with friends that have dragged me to fill in the blank musician that they're really into, had such great eye-opening, great times with music that I'm not familiar with. So I'm glad that happened for you. That's so good.
It's so good.
That's so good. Is it dinner break time?
Is it time
Is
to
it
eat
dinner break time?
Time to eat some food.
So we are going to do our dinner break, but that does mean we are going to be back here with you in just a few minutes. So if you, well, see, now I'm creating an editing spot.
What did you?
But
what
I'm
did
going
you
to
do?
create a break because I'm talking to you watching us live right now on
Okay.
Facebook. Dinner break, but make sure you have your notifications on your device, whatever, your phone, so you know when we're going to be back, because we are going to be back live after dinner. Ben is making dinner. You need to get an update on how that goes, right? Okay, so now I got to do it again, but for the podcast, right? We're going to be back in just a few minutes. Ben is making the dinner tonight. Come on.
This is gonna be good. I hope
Come
you like
on.
it. I hope you like my work.
Now,
You know
before
what
we
I'm
got rolling with the podcast, I will say Ben made it a little bit of a joke. He wasn't taking it seriously, and I would like you to maybe take the rest of the dinner making a little more seriously,
saying?
because then you're not going to learn. Because you're just worrying about joking and making, oh my God, the biggest mess. The biggest mess.
That was not a joke though. That is how I actually cook, is with a lot of mess. But okay, all right. I'll take the back half, the actual cooking part, heating it up, making it edible. I'll make
believe
that
it.
part less funny.
Okay.
It'll still be funny. But
So just so you know, this is healthy tonight. It is a pork loin, which is leaner than chicken.
we've learned it's one of the healthier cuts of meat
It
across
is
all the animals.
leaner than chicken.
Yeah.
So we're doing the pork loin. We got a nice rub on it. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it's a good rub. We rubbed that thing.
And also, it was not just a rub; it was a slap.
He smacked the shit out of it. Sorry.
You did. I didn't touch
did.
your meat.
I
Once
got
you got control of the meat, that was your meat to
And
do
that's
what
a
you wanted.
lesson you'll take from today.
Yeah.
Don't ever touch
So
my meat.
we do have the pork, and then we're doing cauliflower, which people are going to scream that we're not doing potatoes or rice. But I'm telling you, cauliflower can be really good too.
It's a good substitute. It's healthy.
No carbs.
It's delicious.
So we're into it. Dinner break.
Boom!
More drinks and more with you. Cocktails and chat.